All right. Did we manage to watch the video that I shared for the previous class where we created this document? Did we follow through and did we manage to create this presentation on our own?
For me, madam, I did not manage.
Okay, what was the challenge?
I failed.
You failed.
Actually, yes, the main challenge just because of the network.
The network,
You know, joining the class yesterday. Yes, madam.
Oh, that's sad. That is very sad. How can we help? Is there something you think that can be done?
Madam, I'll just keep on trying. Maybe there will be some changes.
All right, okay. We hope you'll be able to do it so that we can move on the same pace. Okay, so basically, this is the presentation that we created last time. For those of you who managed to follow the presentation, this is a presentation that we created. So, we looked at putting the title and the subtitle, and also we looked at adding another slide. Okay, I mentioned that you can use the home tab to add a new slide, or you can use an insert tab to add a new slide. You notice on the home tab, when you click on the home tab, you will find this, which is called new slide. Again, when you click on the insert tab, you'll find the first ribbon here. If you're able to see my cursor, it's also talking about what? Adding a new slide, right? And another way of adding a new slide is at the end of the last slide. If you want to add another slide, you can easily right click. When you right click, you're going to have these options here. Under the quick access, you're going to have these options where you can cut, copy, paste, and there's also new slides here. There's also a new slide. If you want to add a slide, you can easily do this and you add another slide here. Or if you want to delete a slide, you added a slide and you don't like it anymore, you can use this same feature to delete it. Okay? So basically, you can also hide the slide. So basically, this is how you add, delete, or do whatever you want to do with the slide. Okay? So the other thing we looked at is, let me just scroll up. Okay, the third slide. Under the third slide, we looked at adding a picture. Okay, and here, the reason why you're able to see this like this is because we added a picture. We added a slide which is a what? Two content slides. We added a slide which is called two content. You see, on top here we have the what? The where you add the heading or topic, right? And then on one part of the two content slide, you add the bullet points, okay? And on the other side, you add the picture. So this is what we did. Let me just click on two content slide. You see how it looks. Let me just add it. Okay, you notice how it looks? So here, you're going to add your title. On one end here, you're going to add some bullet points like that. And then on the other side here, you're going to add the picture. Here it's saying pictures. You can choose, I don't know if there are any pictures in here, but you can choose a picture and then add it here. Okay? Or you can choose an online picture. When you click on online, let's see what happens. Since most of you did not follow this, I'll have to do a review before we continue. when you, let's say we want pictures for flowers. So I've typed flowers and I've clicked enter. When I click enter, they are going to bring the flowers that I need. Let's just wait for it while it's loading. Okay, plenty of flowers. Let's say I like this flower. I click on it because I like it, the yellow flower. I click on it and then I click what? Insert. When I click insert, check what is happening. Downloading, huh? And there is my flower. And I've gotten this flower online. So if you don't have a picture on your computer, don't worry. You can get a picture online as long as your computer is connected to the internet. Okay? So this is how we added this printer. Okay? It's also how we added what? This picture. Okay? Like that. Anyway, let's proceed. Let's look at this one. This one, we created a table. Okay? We created a table. If you want to create a table, basically you go under insert and then you click on table and then you choose the number of rows and the number of columns that you need on your table. And when you're done, you click enter and you're going to have your table and you're going to enter the information that you want to enter in your table. Okay, that is what we did here. Okay, and under this beautiful picture here, this one basically we used what is smart art. These, okay, under insert. I've clicked on insert and then I've gone on smart art. This is where you find all sorts of shapes that you want. Okay, if you want a circle, if you want a hierarchy, if you want a process, if you want a list, you can choose any kind that you want and you're going to insert it. When you click on it, you choose it, it's going to preview here. Let's try to click this one. You see what I mean when I say preview. You notice when I click on it, you see it on the other side with all the beautiful colors that it has. Let's try this one. You notice what's happening when I click on it? You're able to see it on the other side. Let's try relationship. Okay, let's say you want to illustrate a relationship between certain things. I don't know what things you want to illustrate a relationship, and then you decide you're going to use this. And then when you're done, when you choose it, you say okay. You see, it has come on top of my work. But the point is, you can type what you want to add here. Let's say you want to put a relationship between a human being and food. So we're going to say human being on one end. I'm just going to say human, and then I'm going to say food on the other side. Like that. You'd have created the what? A relationship. Interesting stuff, right? So this is how you add these kind of what? Visuals in what? In PowerPoint. You can change their color here. Okay. You can change their shade, how they look, like that. You notice what's happening? You can change the styles. Okay. So you can edit the shapes. So I'm just going to remove it because I already have my beautiful shape there. So that is basically how we added this one. Okay, let's proceed. And that is also how I added this cycle. I used smart art to add this cycle. So you go under insert, then you go on smart art, and then you choose, what do you choose? You choose cycle, and then you put, if you want to put a life cycle of a butterfly, if you want to put a life cycle of a human being, when you're done, you say okay, and you're going to have your circle here. That's how I added this one. I don't know if this adolescent is correct. Let me try to find out what could be wrong with it. There's supposed to be an S somewhere. Adolescent has an S somewhere. I don't know, but anyway, you get the idea. Let me try to add an S here. Maybe it's like, oh yeah, it's actually like that. Huh? Yeah. Don't know what's wrong with me in spellings. Yeah, like that. Is it? I hope so. Anyway, that's how I added this. Are there any questions so far? Or it's not clear? Are people here?
It's clear.
Okay, great. So we are going to proceed now. We are going to do what we did not do last time, and then we are going to move on and start looking at PowerPoint. Okay, then last thing we are going to do is to add another slide, and on this slide we are going to add a video and an audio. I hope we have a video on my computer. So in order for us to add those two things, we are going to add two content slides. So on one side we are going to add a video, on the other one we are going to add an audio. Okay, so I'm just going to add my title here. I'm just going to create resources. Like that. Okay, I'm just going to create resources, and on one end I'm going to add an audio. Remember, I mentioned that you can either go to insert and then you go to video and audio, or you can come inside here. You're going to have pictures, 3D, insert video, insert table, insert smart art graphic, all those interesting stuff. When you click on here, you'll be able to insert a video. Okay, but we are going to start with an audio, and I'm going to come here and I'm going to choose, where do I want my audio to come from, online or from my PC? Okay, I want it to come from my PC. Okay, so I'm going to click from my PC. Or you can even record. You've seen that there's an option for you to record. You can actually record, but we are going to get one from my PC. So we are going to get, which one are we going to get? Okay, we're going to get this one, which is talking about becoming a hero of your life. When you click on it, and then I'm going to click on insert. And that is your what? Your audio. It even has all the options that you need. If you want to play it, if you want to increase the volume, you see, you can mute, you can unmute, all those options. Interesting, right? You can move forward, you can move backwards, right? If you want to start playing it from here, you can choose, and you're going to say play, and it's going to play.
From the stage. He's just such a great guy. He was just so humble, and it was like, what was your dream? Oh, I just wanted to do the most amazing coding.
So you can add an audio and play it in Microsoft PowerPoint. Maybe the presentation that you're preparing needs you to put up an audio, maybe for a report or something. So you can easily do this. Okay. On one end, on the other end, I'm going to add a video. I hope I'll be able to find a small video on my phone, my computer. Let's just try. Yeah, so we go to insert, and then we go to video, and then you choose what? This device. Okay. When you choose this device, you go and look for what? For a video. Let's try to find videos on my PC. Okay. There's a video here, or we can choose this one. And then we're going to click on insert. I hope it's not too big. Yeah. I hope it's not too big. There it is. There is our video. Okay, so we've added our video here. Okay, we can play it if we want. It's actually a movie. So if you're creating a presentation and you want to add something interesting, maybe for the kids, you want to add something, maybe you're selling a business, you're selling a brand. So maybe you want to add a video that is talking about how maybe your brand, maybe, I don't know, maybe the cosmetics that you sell, how they're going to change people's lives, something like that. You can easily add a video and just play it as you are doing the presentation. Okay, and if you want to put it fast forward, you can start from here, you move it, and you're going to see, you're able to see it's playing, and you're able to hear the audio, right?
Anything in this world that's a fact, it's a fact because we can either observe it, measure it, or experiment with it. You can't do any of those things, and it's legit, dead ass, not real. But you gotta admit, people are feeling something.
Are there any questions?
No.
Okay, great. All right. So basically, this is it. Though I said this is the last thing, I feel like there's something important that we need to look at before we end. Before we are done with PowerPoint, let me just illustrate something on how to add a chart. I'm just going to do a short illustration and then we're going to move. So I'm going to add a blank slide. This is how a blank slide looks like. Okay, it's just blank. If I try to type and write something, nothing happens. I can't write anything on a blank slide. Okay, but we can actually insert a chart. Okay, there it is. When I click on chart, they're going to give me all kinds of charts. What exactly do I want to add? Do I want a pie chart? Do I want a bar chart? Okay, do I want a column? You know, let's just say we want to add a column, and we are going to choose this one, which is called clustered. If you want, you can choose this one depending on what you want to add. You can put whatever you want to. You can choose whichever. If you want a pie chart, you can choose a pie chart depending on what you want to illustrate, right? Right. So let's just choose a column. We're going to choose a column and I'm going to choose the first one, which is called clustered, and I'm going to say OK. Now notice what happens when I say OK. The chart comes, but not only does the chart come alone, it also comes with a small Microsoft Excel sheet. That is where I'm going to add the information that is going to show up in in this chart. For instance, if you want to change the names of the categories to maybe years, let's say category 1, we want it to be 2001. So we're going to delete and we're going to put 20001. You notice when I say 20001 and I click enter and I move to the next one, check what happens on the chart. On the chart here. You notice that this one becomes 2001. So whatever information you're going to insert here on the chart, you will see it here. Let's say category that was 2001 and here we want it to be 2010. I'm just going to delete and I'm going to type 2010. Category 3, we want it to be 2015. Like that. And category 3, we want it to be 2022. Like that. And then under series, let's say we want these to be grades. Yeah, so we're just going to say these are grades. So we're going to say These were grade what? Grade 7. The next one was grade 10. And the next one was grade 12. Okay, so we're just going to leave the data as it is. So if you have a chart if you have a table that you want to illustrate using a chart, you're just going to enter everything that's on the table here. Okay, if you saw the presentation of the PowerPoint lab that I shared in your group, there's a table there. You can try to do this using that table. Okay, and enter all the data that's on this end, and you'll be able to see how it plays out in your chart. When you're done, you don't have to do anything with this. You just have to close it. Okay, when you close it, all the information that you had added on that Excel sheet, you are able to see it here. We have grade 7, grade 10, grade 12. We have 2010 here, 2001, 2010, 2015, and 2022. I don't know what you're trying to illustrate here, but basically this is how you create a chart. Okay, you can move it there, and you can also, if you want to add some text down here, remember I mentioned that you can't add text in Microsoft PowerPoint, so you need a what? You need a text box, and this is a text box. When you click on text box, you are simply going to do what? To create a text box down here. And you're going to type inside. You're going to say, what is this chart going to meant to illustrate? Let's say this was the pass rate. So you're going to say this is the what? Pass rate. Okay, and just like that, you've added the what? You've written something here. And if you want to change the name of the chart, you can also go there and delete that. And if you don't want a name, you can leave it like that. Or if you want a name, you can give it whatever name that you want. Okay, so basically this is how you add a chart. Okay, any questions?
Yeah.
Sure, go ahead. Any questions? Did you have a question?
I said it's clear.
Oh, it's clear. Okay, great. All right, if there are no questions, then we end here looking at PowerPoint. So I'm going to do an introduction of Microsoft Excel. And when we meet next time, we're going to pick it up from there. Is that okay?
Fine.
Okay. So I'm just going to stop sharing that screen, and I'm going to start sharing another one so that we can start looking at Microsoft Excel. Kindly confirm if you're able to see my screen.
Yes, madam.
Okay, so this is Microsoft Excel. What is Microsoft Excel? And what do we use it for? Any ideas? Microsoft Excel? Any ideas? No one?
No, maybe cheap.
Okay.
Hello, madam. I've no idea.
Huh? All right. Okay,
I have
so
no idea, madam.
okay, great. I don't know. I want to say that it's not true when you guys say that you have no idea. I'm sure you've heard of Microsoft Excel. You've heard that people use it to analyze data. People use it to store data. You also know that it has boxes inside. Okay? I think you've seen it before. Or maybe you've opened a document in Excel, or maybe they sent you an Excel sheet to fill in some information, something like that. So basically, Microsoft Excel is part of the Microsoft package. So if you have Microsoft package installed on your computer, you should have Microsoft Excel. Okay? Yeah. So that is one thing you should know about Microsoft Excel. Okay? And it's used to do what? To analyze data. It's used to keep data. Okay? It's a very good tool, and you can also, when I say you analyze data, you can perform some calculations on Microsoft Excel. Okay, so basically that is what you use Microsoft Excel for. Okay, and I should also mention that there are other packages, like OpenOffice. OpenOffice is an application package also that has applications which are almost similar to Microsoft package. So you are going to find spreadsheets there. You're going to find slides there. Okay, you're going to find Word there. Okay. So if you don't have Microsoft package, you can use OpenOffice. And if you know how to use Microsoft package applications, you might as well use OpenOffice for the same functionalities. Okay. And also, I should also mention that there are also Google extensions. Okay, Google extension has all these applications, most of them that Microsoft package has. So also, if you want to use Excel and you don't have Microsoft package, if you know how to work around Excel, you can use the same knowledge to work with any kind of spreadsheet, even the Google Sheets. Okay. The other thing I should mention also is WPS. How many have WPS on their phones? Anyone who has WPS on their phones? You don't have? Okay, so WPS it's an application, it's an Android application that you use to open files. WPS also gives you.
I don't have.
You don't have? Okay. Okay. It's there on Play Store. You should try to search for it. You'll be able to see it. Just type WP and S. You'll be able to see it. You use it to open files. But that's not only what it does. It also has these extensions. It has docs, it has sheets, it has slides. Okay? So much that you can use it to create a spreadsheet. Okay? So basically the idea is whatever knowledge that you're going to learn in Excel here, you can use it on most of these platforms which have what? Spreadsheets. Okay? But instead of using all these other ones, we still use what? Microsoft PowerPoint, because Microsoft PowerPoint is internationally recognized. If you know how to use Microsoft package in Zambia, you're going to know it's the same when you go to Malawi and find Microsoft package, it's the same one. So you will know how to use it wherever you are. Okay? That is what makes Microsoft PowerPoint more interesting to use, because it's anywhere you go, you'll be able to use it. Okay, let's move on. Let's look at some features in Microsoft Excel. So there's a picture on my screen. I hope you're able to see it. Are you able to see it? Is it visible enough?
Yes, madam.
Okay, so this picture basically, it has some of the tools that you're going to find on your Microsoft Excel when you open it. You're going to see these when we open our Excel sheet. But basically, I want you to know how to use them and how to call them. Okay? So the first thing I'm going to talk about is the quick access. Just like any other applications for Microsoft package, quick access basically helps you to access certain functionalities that you use more often, easily and faster. Okay? So if you want to undo something, you want to save something fast, you want to redo something, you're going to use quick access. Okay? If you have your computer with you and you have opened Microsoft Excel, I hope you are able to locate these as I am talking about them. Okay? Audrey, have you opened your Excel? Okay, there's no feedback.
For me, madam, I've opened, but I'm not able to see them.
You've opened Excel. You can see the spreadsheet. You can see the boxes.
Yes, I can see them.
And on top here, you can see these tools which are showing here.
No, madam.
What's here on top? There's nothing.
Where? Yeah.
Are you able to see my cursor?
Yes.
Where I'm moving it here. What's there on your side?
What I can see, there are these lines which shows the allocations.
Mm-hmm.
Then even the I don't know how you call it.
Are there tabs?
Where there is BIU. Yes.
Okay, great. You are able to see the home tab, the insert tab, the page layout. You're able to see these.
Yes.
Formulas, you're able to see that.
The page layout.
Page layout.
Yes, data.
Yeah. Okay,
I'm
great.
able to see this.
Okay, now on top of the home tab, where there's home, on top, there are small icons. Are you able to see them?
Yes.
There's an icon for save. When you take your cursor there, you even see the name. It's saying save.
Yes.
And there's also an arrow. When you put your cursor on the arrow, it's going to tell you that that's for redo or undo.
Yes.
Okay, great. So that is our quick access.
I
Okay,
can see them.
that is a quick access. Okay, and
Yes, madam.
the whole part where there are tabs, where there is home tab, insert tab, page layout, formulas, data, review, view, all that. And down here where there are different tools, a lot of them, where there's a BIU, all that, it's called the ribbon. Okay, it's called the ribbons. And then those, the insert, the page layout, those are called tabs. So when I say click on the home tab, you're just going to check where is home. You click on it. When I say click on the insert tab, you're going to check where is insert and click on it. Okay?
Yes, madam.
And then down after those tools, there's down here, if you're able to see where there's this long row which is highlighted in red, where there's f of x. Able to see it?
Yes, madam.
That is
I'm able
called
to
the
see it.
formula bar. That is called the formula bar. So when you type something in a cell, you're going to see it here. When you type a formula anywhere in your spreadsheet, you're going to see it here. That is why it's called the formula bar. So whatever you type in an active cell, you see it on this formula bar. Okay? The next thing we're going to talk about is a column. Columns are named using what? Letters. So we have column A, this one which is labeled, which is in red. Are you able to see it?
Yes, madam.
And then we have column B, the second one. And then we have column C, column D, column E. The list goes on. You'll be calling column F. When you reach Z, you're going to have column AA, column AB, column AC. You know, Microsoft Excel has a lot of space. Like you can enter vast amount of data and you won't run out of space. I know it has limits, quite alright, but it has enough space you need. Okay? So, columns are named using letters. Is that clear?
Yeah, madam. It's clear.
Great. Now, let's look at what? Let's look at rows. Since we've looked at columns, let's look at rows. Rows, on the other hand, they are named using what? Numbers. Okay? So we have row number 1 here. It goes on until where the columns end. I don't know if it's in AZ or A what, whatever, wherever it ends, the columns keeps going. It will be column A everywhere. Okay? And then we have row number 2. Row number 2, row number 3, row number 4. Like it keeps going on like that. As you can see here on row number 20, they've labeled it and it keeps going on until the end, this side. That is row number 20. Okay? And then where the column and the row, when they meet, there are these boxes, right? These boxes, they are called cells. Okay? These boxes are called what? Cells. And these cells have names. Okay? But then how do you name a cell? For instance, here on this cell, the first cell which is under A, this cell is under column A and it's under row 1. So that makes it A1. Okay? This cell, it becomes A1 because it's on A and it's on what? Number 1. So it becomes A1. Okay? And then under B again, when we talk about this same cell, the first cell, it's going to be B because it's under B, and because it's still under row number 1, it's going to be B1. Do you get the idea? The same goes for C. When we come on C, we are going to check C, and then the first cell is going to be C1 because it's under 1. If we go into the second one, it becomes C2. If we go into the third one, it becomes C3. Okay? That is how you name cells basically. So this cell here, which is highlighted in red, which was labeled cell, when you check, it's under D. Okay? It's under D. It's under column D down here. And then it's under what? It's under row number what? 18. So that makes it what? D18. This is D18. Do you understand on how to name cells? Do you understand? Are there any questions? Any questions? Nothing?
Hello, madam. It's clear.
Okay, great. So for tonight, we are going to end here. When we meet next time, we are
No
going to
question, madam.
pick it up from here. And we are going to look at more other interesting stuff which we can find in Microsoft Excel. Okay? Any queries? Any concerns?
Yeah. Oh, madam, I hope the videos for yesterday, you send them.
Yesterday we didn't have class.
Oh, it was on Monday. Oh,
Yeah.
Monday.
The video I shared, it is the one that I briefly went through the presentation that we did that we created. It was a video. I actually shared it in the group.
Okay. Okay, madam. I'll try to go through it.
Yeah, sure. Please go through. And while we are going through, if you are with your computer, practice. That's when it will make more sense.
Okay, madam.
Okay, good night.
All right, send to you.